Hey everybody, it's Linnea. Today I'm going to be making 4 super quick, super easy cards that involve no coloring at all, just a little bit of easy ink blending. I'm going to be using the Leafy Forest stencil for all 4 of my backgrounds. This is one of my favorite stencils from Ink on 3. I placed it upside down in just a box that I have that I use for my mixed media things, and I sprayed the back of it with Pixie spray. This Leafy Forest stencil has a lot of fine detail elements. So there are lots of little leaf stems that kind of like to grab onto your blender brush. So I found that Pixie spray works fabulously with this stencil to make sure everything is held down. So for my first background, I'm going to start off here with the Goddess Green Atelier ink. And I'm just using a blender brush. And I'm starting at the bottom and working my way towards the top. And I'm doing this on purpose because I want to kind of fade out that ink as it goes towards the top. So I'm keeping it heavy at the bottom, and then it's kind of medium in the middle and super, super light at the top. I love this background. I think it turns out as one of my favorites. For my second background, I'm going to use some warm tones of the Atelier ink. So I'm starting out here with Maryland Red. And I'm going to start out like I did on the green one at the bottom. And all of my colors are just going to overlap each other, and I'm going to get some pretty blending and making of new colors. So I started with the Maryland Red. I'm coming over it with Marigold Orange, and look how it turns that Maryland Red almost into like a corally color. It's so pretty. And then I'm going to come over that just a little bit with Bee Sting Yellow. So for this one, the color is kept primarily at the bottom, and there is little to no color at all at the top. Check that out. I love those colors mixed together. For my third background, I'm going to be using My Jam Purple as well as Peacock Blue. And this one's a little bit different. Not really, but I'm just going to kind of start like I did on my other ones with the My Jam Purple at the bottom, but then I'm bringing it up on the sides and not really adding it towards the middle. Then I'm coming in with the Peacock Blue, and I'm adding that towards the middle lightly and kind of overlapping that My Jam Purple at the bottom. And I'm going to get a pretty purpley blue, I guess it's like a violet color. Check this out. I love this one so much. I thought that was a fun little blend of color. For my last one, I'm doing something completely different, and I'm going to use the Paint It Black Atelier ink. Now in the end, this turns out as like a warm gray or a warm brown color, and I absolutely love this. I think it would be perfect if you used a different sentiment and a different image on top for a masculine card. This has like that nice little earthy color to it, and I love the way that this background turned out. I have all 4 backgrounds done now, so let's just take a quick look at them, and then I'm going to move on to my stamping. So my stamping is from the BeYOUtiful Stamp Set, and I'm kind of going to lay these out on one of my backgrounds to figure out which images I want to stamp. In the end, I end up just stamping the large floral, and then both of the leaves. The one leaf has 1, and then the other one has 2, and I stamped both of them for a total of 3 leaves. I didn't decide to go with any of the additional buds, but you definitely could. So I'm just going to stamp this large flower and the leaves from the BeYOUtiful Stamp Set, and I'll use the Hybrid Blackout Detail ink. I love this ink because it's so crisp and so black, and I use it for almost every project. So mine needs to be re-inked. You're going to see that I have to stamp this twice. Usually I don't have to. Thankfully, Ink on 3 sells re-inkers, so I need to bust mine out and re-ink this so I can keep on going just stamping with my first impressions. So once I had all of those stamped, I stamped that 4 times, so 4 flowers, and then there are 8 little sets of leaves there. I'm going to arrange them on one of my backgrounds and use a little piece of purple tape to pick them all up at once so that I can have those leaves arranged with the flowers just how I want, and I don't have to mess around with them after I'm applying my foam tape. So I'm just going to add some foam to the back, and then I will stick that on to the front of my card. As I was applying it to my card, I realized that I forgot to stamp a sentiment. So I popped this panel back into my MISTI, and I just put together a little sentiment from the BeYOUtiful Stamp Set. And I'm going to stamp that again with the Blackout Hybrid Detail ink. Then I'll trim off the side of the one petal that's hanging off of my card. I repeated that process 3 additional times so that I had all of my cards done. And now I just am applying some liquid pixie dust. Since I'm not doing any coloring at all for these images, I wanted to step them up a little bit with a little something extra, and liquid pixie dust is the best way to do that. So I keep mine just in a small watercolor brush, and so it's easy to apply, and that finishes this quick and easy, no coloring card set. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you again really soon. Bye!